Now, if you ask ornithologists, they say it's about territory, turf, mating, food. He discovered something other ornithologists didn't because they were busy ornithologizing about the wrong stuff. He discovered birds sing because they like to. They enjoy it, kind of like the way we sing. In other words, animals know pleasure. Birds sing for the beauty they derive from their own song. Cats love us not only for the food we give, but for the affection we return. Dogs are happy in our midst because they really do find joy in human company and others. There is a kind of joy that is larger than our internal, personal, even interpersonal and human. It is the thing that all life shares. And I mention this because a wonderful poet, a woman of color, a victim of cancer, if we like to use that term, a lesbian named Audre Lorde, wrote the following: "The sharing of joy forms a bridge between the sharers, which can be the basis for understanding much of what is not shared between them." Ever go to a ball game? How many people did you know in the stands? Not so many, but when the goal was struck, we all jumped up and we all shouted. You might have even high-fived someone you never even met. You go to a concert, we all leap up in an ovation. Even though we don't know who's playing, we don't know anyone in the room with us. We applaud. So the experience of exuberant joy really does connect us in important ways. And it connects us not only to each other, but to life itself. Do you know when we dedicate children here, we quote Khalil Gibran when he says, "Your children are not your children, they are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself." That's what joy is about, life's longing for itself. When you're happy, when I share it, don't you? Because you want to high-five everyone so they can share in the joy. And when someone's happy, you get it back too. And so you hoop it up and have a good time. You play with your animals. You are connected by the joy. Now, I want to go one step beyond this. Let's go to a cosmic joy. I'm interested in cosmic joy this morning. Remember the movie Chariots of Fire and that fun music and all the slow motion running back and forth on the beach? It was the story of two runners for the British Olympic team back at the turn of the 20th century. And the one at the center of the story was a Scots Presbyterian, which is kind of a British version of a Dutch Calvinist. Okay, you got the picture, right? And his race is going to be on Sunday, which, as we all know, is the Sabbath, so he declines to run out of faith. On the other hand, his family is also not supporting of him running at all, as something not suitable for a man of earnest Scots Presbyterian faith. And he replies to them in the screenplay. He never actually said it, but the screenplay is the one we remember. Explaining to his family, saying, "God made me fast, and when I run, I feel his pleasure." God enjoys things, takes pleasure in us as we do in each other. In other words, joy really does make the world go around. It is the enjoyment of being itself with others, with ourselves, and ultimately with the universe that propels us through life, that propels us into love, that gives us hope and gives us cause to have faith. In other words, joy is the foundation of everything else. In fact, joy is the very nature of worship. It isn't the confession, it isn't the contrition, it's not the contemplation, it's not the serenity, it's not the peace, it's the joy that we celebrate when we come in here. Joy, did he say, in here? Ask yourself how much of that kind of joy has happened in here. Maybe not too much. What I mean is the real joy, the stand up and shout joy, the kind that Matthew pulled out of you briefly a few moments ago. That's exceptional, right? We don't do that all the time. And yet, if you go into a black church, what's it likely to be like? It's going to be a joyful place, isn't it? In fact, we're a little put off by all that emotionalism. They're having way too much fun for it to be really church. God doesn't want us to have that much fun. After all, religion is an earnest, important thing, and all of us sinners need to remember our place. And yet, if you go into a black church, people who have known deprivation, oppression, discrimination, doubt, fear, shame, all the miseries of life that most of us only get a taste of, how do they worship? With joy. So what's holding us back? The prophet Isaiah, of whom I'm very fond, as you know, scolds Israel for its feckless ways, but not only foretells doom, foretells deliverance. He foresees a future in which everything is set to right and says, we will all go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth into singing. The mountains and the hills will sing, and the trees will clap their hands. I want to know when that's going to happen at Fountain Street Church, because that's joy. That's what joy is about. I believe we have a thrilling message, the liberal church. It's a liberating message. It's about liberating you to be who you have to be and who you are. It's a spiritual message that says, come alive, come awake. Do not just phone it in, be present. It's a social message that says the world can be better than it is, and we can help that happen. It is an entirely thrilling and exciting message. It's a faith that sustains me and has sustained me my whole life. It has sustained you as well. But we need more joy, more out-and-out hallelujah happiness if anyone's going to get that message and keep it. And I don't mean just at Christmas. I don't mean just when we stand up for the hallelujah chorus. I don't mean just giving standing ovations. I mean out and out, tingle-toed, hair standing on end, baby infant joy that's okay in church. If it's not okay here, where else are you going to do it? Well, maybe you'll sing in the shower. God likes you there too. This, I believe, this joy is what people are longing for in a troubling and chilly world. When people come in here, they're looking to be lifted up, not just with hope, not just with faith, not only with love, but with out and out joy. And not just from the lunatic in the pulpit. Yeah, I've got it. I got the joy today. The problem is you don't. You need to get it. You need to get that joy and understand it's always been there, and it's okay to have it, and it's okay to let it out. You almost came close with that last song I played. You're getting there. But it's okay. I trust you. I believe in you. I love you. I have faith in you. I have hope for you that you will find the joy that I'm talking about. Because in Isaiah, that same book, that same place where I was just reading about the singing mountains and the clapping trees, Isaiah says, and I will make them joyful in my house of prayer. For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. Did you hear what he just said? It is a house of prayer for all people when they are joyful. If you're not joyful here, then it's not a place for all people. It's only the joy that puts us all together in one boat. It's only the joy that pulls us together into one humanity. It's only joy that truly is the prayer that this faith has to offer. Every week, you hear it at the beginning. I serve you in the hope that someday it will be true. Not only will it be a house of prayer for all people, but a house of joy for all people, a place into which people come because there's so much happiness exuding out of it that people say, I got to go there. I've got to be part of that. I want to plug back into life. I want to feel the infant joy. I want to feel the kitty cat glee, the doggy merriment. I want to clap my hands like the trees. I want to sing like mountains. I want to be alive in a way that I know God is taking pleasure in every blessed ounce. If we mean that, not just today, not just at the end of the Berthold tours once a year, if we mean it, if we are truly to be a house of prayer for all people, we need to be a joyful house of prayer for all people, because